Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the Head Start Lab Series Volume 5 on music production. Now this is a free tutorial brought to you by the Recording Connection audio program, the only program that puts you inside a real studio where you learn from industry professionals on their equipment. In this video series, we're going to show you everything that you need to know about music production. And these tutorials were created from real tutoring sessions at the Recording Connection. So in addition to learning in a real studio, all of our students receive free unlimited tutoring while they're in the program. Now let's go ahead and begin. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Now in this video, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and focus on 4 different things here. The first thing we're going to go ahead and focus on is how to create a nice looking arrangement like this. As you can see, everything is color coded and makes everything a lot easier to understand. Now, I also even color coded our arrangement over here. Again, it just makes it easier to understand when, let's say, the intro is ending and the verse is beginning, and then the chorus is beginning back to the bridge and then the verse. So as you can see, everything is nicely color coded and everything like that, so it makes it a lot easier to understand and navigate in your project. So the first thing you want to do is select whether it's going to be a track or a part of your arrangement, and so you select something and you go to view, show colors, and it brings up this really cool palette right here where you can begin changing the colors to whatever track or part of the arrangement that you want to go ahead and change. So for example, if I wanted to go ahead and select this track right here and turn it into a nice mustard color, I can easily do that. Or if I want to reselect back the color that I had previously, I can do that, and that works with all the tracks right here. So that's how you pretty much color coordinate your arrangement window, which not only looks nice but also looks very professional. Now the next thing we're going to go over is how to get a piece of MIDI and do a special edit with it. We're going to basically get this piece of MIDI, we're going to convert it to a piece of audio so that we can turn this into a slow down track, and you'll see exactly what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and use our outro right here. Let me go ahead and select this area right here, and we'll create a quick little loop here, and we'll hear this outro. And what we're really going to focus on is on this track right here. So we'll see kind of this dramatic effect that it causes, and of course we're going to work on some other really cool effects in other videos. This is just going to be the slowdown effect.
I couldn't possibly tell you. Everything is in color, and I can feel the air. I can see it. I can see all the molecules. Oh, like you're released, or you're free, or I don't know how I can tell you. How do you feel inside?
So you heard how that bass track sounded like it just kind of like melted down or slowed down. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. So what I had right here was this specific track called the Electric Vintage Finger Bass, and I added a note at the end. So what I did is I went ahead and extended this note over here. Let's go ahead and get into the right tool, and we'll go to pointer tool, and we'll extend this a little bit, maybe around here, and I'll go to my piano editor and just add a note right there at the end. Here we are, somewhere too far back. All right, cool. And now I'm going to go ahead and select my pencil tool. I already have that selected, and go to C1. Cool. So I have this long note right here, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to separate it from this region right here. So I went ahead and separated it, and now I'm going to go ahead and convert this to a piece of audio so that I can use a slowdown effect. So I'm going to hit Control, bring up this menu right here, and I'm going to do a bounce in place. So it's going to give me a couple different options on what I could do with this bounce in place and with the source material, which is this track. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it on delete. You can leave it on mute or leave. In this case, I want it to be gone once I add this new track. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. You can leave normalize off if you want to keep the original, dynamics, and hit OK. So I'm going to create a new track right below this one. And there it is. So I went ahead and deleted that previous MIDI track that I just created, and now we're just left with the audio of it. Now let's go ahead and solo it out so we can hear how it sounds. So nothing too significant there, but we're going to go ahead and learn a new special edit right here so that we can make it a little bit more interesting. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go to our inspector. And if these drop downs aren't actually brought up, it'll more than likely look something like this or like that. You're going to want to go ahead and bring up this region drop down. And then where it says fade out, go to slow down. Cool. So now all we need to do is create an area where we're going to have it slow down towards the end. And the way you do that is you go back, you find your tools, you go to your fade tool. And now I got a new fade tool. And all I need to do is select the area that I want to fade from. So I'm going to say around 1 measure. And what's cool about this too is that you could even adjust, I guess, the way it fades. So you could either have it fade really quickly or really gradually, or somewhere down the middle, which is the area that I'm going to go ahead and keep it. So let's go ahead and hit play and hear how it sounds now. Very cool. So that's exactly the way I want it to sound. And since I already have that track already made down here, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one right here since we don't really need it anymore. Very cool. And again, like I mentioned before, we're going to learn a whole bunch of other, special edits and little techniques in our other videos. So we're going to work on other projects like how to make a hip hop track and how to make kind of like a rock track and other tracks like that. And we're going to learn different techniques in those ones. So let's go ahead and now focus on our mixing. Now there's a few ways that you can mix. The first way, and this is the way that I like to use, is to go ahead and pan everything exactly where you want to hear it. And then from there, next step would be to go ahead and decide on the dynamics. So first thing, what I like to normally do is, basically find a nice place for each sound. And then from there, I bring the presence of that sound up. Other people do that the other way. They focus on, having a sound kind of loud and then deciding where it goes. I like to do it this method. And even when you mix it down, there's a few different ways you can mix it down. And by that, I mean the menu options that you could use. So you could either use this right here, which would be the mixer. Which if you use this, you get a really good idea of the channel strip and the settings and all that sort of stuff. Which can be really, really handy. Or you can use the second method, which is just bringing this out a bit so that you can actually look at your arrangement as you mix and make choices that way. So this is the way I'm going to go ahead and mix things down. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I got my cycling off. We're starting all the way at the beginning. I'm going to give myself some more real estate, see exactly what I'm doing right here. And I'm going to start panning things. So I'm going to start from the top down. And as you can see in my arrangement, I really kind of arrange things so that as you move further into your arrangement, you can see that new tracks are introduced gradually. So this makes it a little bit easier when you're mixing things down. Other people, just kind of have things kind of separated by groups. I like to do it this way. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and I'm not going to actually probably mix out these tracks or at least pan them. Probably just going to mess with the volume on them. So let's go ahead and hit play. I'm going to mess with the volume a little bit later. So I'm going to start with this track.
At Millbrook, children as young as 9 were given LSD. The drug was freely available and everyone joined in its ritualized consumption.
All right, cool. So pretty much I'm digging the way that sounds. Sounds pretty cool. Now what I'm going to go ahead and focus on is building up the presence of each sound. And we're going to go ahead and start again at the very top this time. And we'll go ahead and hit play and hear how this sounds.
At Millbrook, children as young as 9 were given LSD. The drug was freely available, and everyone joined in its ritualized consumption.
So I'm going to go back a little bit and check out this fifth dimension sound, hear how it comes in.
and I can feel the air. I can see it. I can see all the molecules. Oh, I can weep or free, or I don't know how I can tell you.
Okay, awesome. So in most cases, this is when your mixing is pretty much done. As I could tell, all the instruments have its own individual space, and you could actually hear the presence of each sound pretty equally. Some sounds kind of stand out, but that's what I want. And I pretty much like the way this sounds. And as you could tell, if we look into the mixer, the master mix, we'll be able to tell that it's actually mixed below maybe -3 below dB. So let's go ahead and just make sure of that. And the reason why we want to make sure that it is kind of mixed a little bit lower is so that when you bring this to a second engineer to go ahead and add some, final touches, some EQing to the master track, or if you get this mastered, you're going to give them a little bit of space to work with. And that's exactly what you want. Let's go ahead and just make sure of this. Make sure that any previous settings on your channel strip are off. So let's go ahead and listen. So it's going to be a little bit lower, but if we look at our metering, we're going to make sure that it's actually not too high.
At Millbrook, children as young as 9 were given LSD. The drug was freely available, and everyone joined in its ritualized consumption.
Very nice. So the previous channel strip is off. We look like we're around -5 dB. Let's go ahead and reintroduce that setting. And I believe it was the heavy mix, which kind of adds a few effects right here, like the exciter, a linear EQ, multiplier, a space designer, that's for our reverb, and then of course a limiter. So let's go ahead and hear it now. So I think it sounds pretty awesome, and it looks like we're ready to go ahead and bounce this puppy out. Of course, you might want to go ahead and bounce it out and remix and fine-tune things. But, this is just going to be for the purposes of this video. We're going to learn how to go ahead and share this. And all you need to do is, well, first of all, you want to make sure that all of it's selected. And then go to File, go down to Share. And then you could select whether you want to share this to iTunes, to your media browser, or directly to SoundCloud, which there's going to be some minor setup to that. And I guess in this case, I'll just go ahead and send it to iTunes, and then we'll take a listen to how it sounds in iTunes, and we're all done. Now, in future videos, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and learn, again, how to make, maybe 1 or 2 songs in the style of an alternative rock song, and of course, a couple in hip-hop and other genres. So stay tuned for those ones. Let's go ahead and bounce this out. Now, of course, if you like the song, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make this complete track, the project file, and all the individual tracks available for you guys to download and mix on your own. So be sure to follow the link right here, and you guys will have access to it, of course. Right now, it seems that it might be sending me to iTunes.
Yep. At Millbrook, children as young as 9 were given LSD. The drug was freely available, and everyone joined in its ritualized consumption.
Awesome. So it looks like it's already in iTunes. It's ready for you guys to, this project, of course, is ready for you guys to go ahead and download. And if you guys want more of these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe and, hit the like button, comment down below. And of course, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching this video. And if you're watching this video and you're not currently enrolled to the Recording Connection, this is only a small taste of what you could be learning in our program. The Recording Connection provides all of our students with industry standard software like Pro Tools to take your engineering skills to the next level. We also provide books with excellent lesson plans, a professional studio engineer who will mentor you and show you how to operate real studio equipment, and so much more. With the Recording Connection, getting finance is a breeze. We have many different tuition options, so getting hooked up at a studio near you is fast and easy. For more information, check out www.recordingconnection.com. And of course, I'll catch you guys on the next video.